for this term. I'm gonna miss you, Deva.
I know, right? I'm going to miss you too.
I wonder when will we meet next.
Don't worry, we'll find another way to meet.
I hope so, but don't put too much of hope. I'm afraid I could not make it.
I thought of coming back to the university for the last 2 months. I'm sure you're gonna make it. I'm sure your parents not gonna let you come to the university when there are no classes to attend, right?
Exactly, Deva. Deva, this time you can write letter or not? You write to Amy's house and send there. My mother likes her mother, you know, so I can easily go and get your letter. But better, I think, don't put my name lah. You put Miss Amy Wong's name. They know you are writing, so they won't open and read.
I think so, Ken. But hell of a difficult man. See my sisters, my brothers, running all over the house, and if I write, they all ask and wanting to know. They wanting to know. Also, if I go to the post office, the clerk at the post office can see. He's a joker. So sure, tell my father I send live letters. But still, try lah.
Okay. I suppose you can tell them you want to go for a show, and then just take someone else and scribble a note to me. Don't think I'm so hard up on you, but I think you should at least write to me since I suffer so much for you. That's the least you can do.
Okay lah. Not that I don't want to write, but very difficult, you know. Also, if you know that I love, then it should be sufficient, right? What for want to write the whole time? Bye then.
Both of them felt uncomfortable. Rukumani had to get a taxi to the railway station and Deva was to get a taxi to the Ampang Street bus station. They wished to get into the same taxi, but they know it will be trouble for them because they might be seen in town and it will be extremely dangerous. Many related people that they know might see them in town and let their parents know.
Madam, can I have your children's ticket?
What do you mean? They are kids. Why do they need ticket?
But that is the ticket.
They share ticket with me cannot. I'm their mom. They're my kids. They're so small. They don't know anything. You expect them to buy tickets,
Ayo.
Ayah, babe, why cannot? Yeah,
Didn't know you want to stay. For sure, I will accompany you, man. Train rides are boring as hell.
Oh God, here comes the walking economic Bible. This is Johnny Chu. He knows all the impressive technical terms used by overpowering economics like Benham. He's brilliant and everyone betted that he was sure going to get first class.
Wait, Johnny! I also don't know you were here, lah. Going to the laboratory, Oh, you're reading Benham's economy, is it? Alah, I've read it like what, 5 times though. For sure one, come in the finals, come in exam. Going to the laboratory, Okay. And you wait for here for a while, I'll be back. Wait,
I will definitely need to clear this to Deva. He might be thinking I'm cheating with Johnny.
Johnny, after finals, what are you going to do? Oh, sure, man. Confirm fail lah.
Eh, don't joke lah, man. You can become assistant lecturer, you know. Better not become lecturer itself.
No lah. I mean, I want to become a sales representative in a big firm. I mean, being a lecturer, som lah. But imagine, we already giving them a hell of a headache. Imagine me being in that spot. Sure diamond. But, it's okay lah. All the prestige and all. But still big trouble for me. Will be a bother. If I have a choice, right, I will be like an executive, probably like what, in a supply demand department. Or if I have other choices, I could be like, what you call that? Fort pills, Fort pills for executive fatigue. Then I can get many cash, big cash, right? And then with big cash, right, I can get like what? For a jet car. With a jet car, I can get girls. I can drive them around. Also, if I get lucky, I can tackle like a good wifey. Yeah, with a good wifey, right? With a good wifey. But also cannot lah. Big trouble lah. All trouble. You know why not? They will ask this lah. They will ask that lah. Too soon. Will be a hell of a headache comparing the marking paper marks, right? What do you think?
Very big dreams, Johnny. Very big dreams. Here we go again. If only I had a freedom like Johnny.
Come lah, I help.
Oh, it's okay. Thank you. That's my father.
Ruku and I had the most amazing talk in the train.
Wow, this is my father. His name is Mr. Samadhan. He works as a CC in Ipoh.
My name is Johnny Chu, uncle. I'm Ruku's classmate in university. Yeah, I go first. Bye, uncle. Bye, Ruku.
So, who's the young chap?
I told you earlier, Pa. He's my classmate, Johnny Chu. He's a brilliant boy. He helps me with my work often.
So, do you know where his father working?
Income tax, Pa.
Okay, good.
This is my younger sister, Baby. Everyone is calling her by that name. Not only the family, other people as well. She is approaching her 18 years and was preparing to enter university the following year. Oh well, her real name is Shushila, and I'm not sure whether I should tell her about the secret, but I know if boy knew this is, I'm screwed. Well, this is Boy, although again his real name is Nadaraja. He enjoys being my parents' favorite and indulge in unconcealing tale bearing. And this house also housed my grandmother, my father's mother, who always held forth on the degeneracy of young girls nowadays. This included this woman, which is my mother, who indeed could never hope to be a young girl again except in the next incarnation, perhaps. In order to shift some blame from herself, she sometimes laminating loudly that young generations of daughters was becoming too modern, and shouted to me and Baby to fetch her things which were nearer her than them, just to tease their self-obedience. And my aunties from both sides, nieces, and those who sometimes come to stay, especially during Deepavali.
she has changed?
Oh, girly. What a nice girl. She's getting into marriageable age already.
Better you don't put ideas into young people's head. When we were young, our mother never mentioned the word marriage to any of my 7 sisters until 2 days before they were to be married. Everything fixed first, then talk. If not, the children nowadays could ever think of is girlfriends, boyfriends, what for?
But nowadays are different, especially when it comes to girls like girly. She's young, she's pretty, and going to get college degree. And better try to fix everything before it's too late. Once they are growing older, they might able to control, and you will see.
They remembered this woman's young daughter, whom she had loved so much that she had allowed her to enter the university several years ago. Even though she was a girl, this ungrateful child, whom she had proved a disgrace and shameless hussy by rejecting a match with a promising lawyer who was willing to accept a cheap dowry because of her B signs, and had run away to marry a classmate of hers who was a Chinese arts graduate.
Ruko, come and take your food. You are a lucky girl. You know why auntie come to see me? Never mind, take first, talk afterwards.
Hey, go. Do your homework. How do you think you want to be like Akam? Huh? If you don't study, you think very easy to fit your all. Better don't make me show my temper. I tell you, go. Okay. By some teenage relationship, I was a very distant cousin of the man who had spoken to me since his wife, the long-suffering mother, was a sort of cousin of an aunt of my mother's. This man had a relative whose son was at the moment is his final year at the university. So I invited them to come to here to see the property, to match you with that young man. You know, they are richer than us. You need to be a good example to baby. Make sure after married, you coax your husband to live in Ipoh and not his hometown. Otherwise, his family surely eat up all his income.
Rukumani did not want to believe that all of this was really going to happen, so she just kept quiet and went to bed. What baby told her confirmed her fears as she realized that her parents, especially her mother, had been making arrangements for a long time, and that this proposed match was no mere whim of her mother's. She began to feel rather cross with baby for confirming her fears and kept a resolute silence, refusing to comment and finally succeeding in fooling baby that she was asleep. The break was too long. Rukumani sometimes followed her mother to shopping or visit her aunt. Rukumani was looking at the dresses. The dresses are no longer thrill her. The clothes and shoes were too big for them, and the silk girl snickered to them.
Good lah. Ayo ma'am, not fit lah. This is for your size. Maybe you can go to Huge Street.
Can you find me nylon stocking? Mine got 3 in sini lah. Sure, this better quality.
I don't want this size.
Yeah, too light, not suitable for me.
This is nice only.
No lah, the son cannot fight the father's curry. They got class.
Dear Aunt Sally, I'm a girl of 22 and I'm in the final year at my university. I am madly in love with a boy who lives far, far away. My parents do not know of my romance. They want me to marry someone whom I do not know. At times, I think of committing suicide, but I am not sure how to kill myself. My boyfriend has not written to me yet, does not know of my sorrows. I fear I shall make him kill himself too if I kill myself. Sometimes I think of becoming a nun, but I am not a Christian. Please give me some advice as I do not know what to do. Broken hearted.
Dear broken hearted, silly girl, do not think I am heartless. I am always willing and happy to help a deserving case. But look at you. Have you no sense of shame or gratitude? I do feel sorry for your poor parents who have suffered to send you to the university. And this is your way of repaying them with ingratitude, deceit, shameless behavior. You are too young to think of boyfriends. The time will come after your studies. You are lucky that your parents love you so much and are thinking of your welfare. Think of others less fortunate than yourself. Count your blessing and accept your parents' choice of a husband for you. Mother knows best. Your parents have your welfare at heart. Love from Auntie Sally.
Hello, Rukumani. There's something for you at my house. You should come and check it out.
Alright, Amy, I'll be right there.
Rukumani went to the toilet and started to tear down her part of the letter and the reply. She flushed them into the toilet and hid back into living room.
Ma, I want to go to Amy's house to study. I'll come back later. Okay.
Long time no see. Come on.
Hey!
Awesome. Yeah. Awesome. Awesome. Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. Hey. Awesome. Come on. My friend is here. Okay, Cici. Come in. Please sit down. Have a seat. Ruku, what I have something for you.
What is it?
Here. Hey, open man. What for want to keep staring like that?
Wait lah.
Dearest darling Ruku, it began. The beginning of the letter was quite a change of tone from his spoken Ruku or the most dar or D.
Dearest darling Ruku, I wonder whether you are thinking of me as often as I am thinking of you. Dear Ruku, this thought occurs to me often, especially when the moon is full. It is a universal symbol of our love, the spiritual moon on the way to a show with my friends. I often think of you and I feel glad that you can be trusted not to be like other girls who are too modern and like going for shows with boys. I know you are waiting patiently for me. There is something I must tell you. Please, do not worry, for two reasons. Firstly, let me tell you the news. My parents have arranged a marriage for me with a distant cousin. They say she will give a big dowry and that she is very beautiful. Moreover, she is going to get a BA and is very fair-skinned. Well, you mustn't worry. Let me tell you first. I don't want to marry this girl because I love you. Secondly, if I am forced to marry her, you will know that it was not on my own wish and that spiritually we belong together. But do not worry, after I leave the uni, I shall be able to get a job and we can get married. I have hinted very strongly to my mother, father and uncle that I may want to choose somebody myself and this made them angry. So I'm keeping quiet for a time. Please do not write to me or I shall get into trouble. When I get to the hostel for the last 2 months of the vacation, I will write again and then you can reply me later. Ever your faithful.
What is it? Secret lah.
Nothing lah.
After an hour or two of gossiping, Ruku returned home. How long the vacation went past, Ruku was never quite sure. She was often apprehensive, thought of writing Auntie Sally again, started with a few letters outlining but tore them out and flushed it down the plumbing. She was tempted to write Deva, but the fear of displeasure if she got his in trouble. Once or twice, she tried to bring Baby her side, but that might mean losing her authority as the elder sister. Boy proved a continual source of irritation as he liked digging her boxes, which she kept under her bed.
You boy, you are too young to know about this thing. Go out now and play.
Hi Ruku. You look cute lah like that.
Hi Johnny, this is my mother. Go get something for your friends. Okay, ma.
Hey, it's okay, auntie. Please carry on and do your stuff. I just sit here and chit chat with Ruku. Haven't seen each other for quite some time lah.
Johnny, here's your drink.
Thanks lah. Thank you lah. I mean, how's getting on here? You know this town lah, like a sleepy hollow, you know.
I know.
With all the eyes, all the mouths around. I want to go to watch pictures with my girlfriends also hard with the gossiping and all.
So Johnny, I heard next term is going to be really hard.
Hey, why you don't talk about your friends? You know, you girls all stick together. You know, it's very fast for us. If you know, if you help me, I can help you with Deva, you know.
Johnny, please don't talk about this here.
Sorry.
Okay, Johnny, can you help me? I'll give you a letter. Can you pass it to Deva?
Alright. Okay.
Alright, thank you.
Thank you.
Bye, Johnny.
Bye.
Ruku, come here.
Yes, ma.
Young people nowadays have no shame. My mother would have sent me out of the house if I had entertained a boyfriend as freely as that. Why you want to make me suffer in my old age? Can't you see that I am trying to arrange a good, respectable marriage for you? Show your gratitude. You are driving me to grave.
Rukumani thought that it was mainly Boy's fault. If he had not announced Johnny like that, perhaps her mother would not have got the wrong idea. She half regretted asking Johnny to deliver her letter because his appearance the next day might cause further complication. However, she was in such a state about Devanagam that she was almost scared that her mother suspected Johnny of being in love with her.
Here's the letter, Johnny. Thank you so much. If my mother see I'm sure they want. Sorry, I can't talk to you for long. Bye. Thank you. Thank you.
Your father will know how shameless you are. Passing love letters to boyfriend. We have been suddenly starving for a long time. Do you think we spoil our blood now?
Later that night, there was a huge fight happening between Ruku's family. It all started when her mother started complaining about Ruku's behavior. Her father started to blame her mother.
Your fault for not teaching our daughter morals. I will kill myself for being such an irresponsible mother.
No, you shouldn't do that. Yes, I've decided I will either leave this house and back on the streets or just kill myself.
Yes, you should kill yourself. There's a rope for you to hang yourself and a bottle of poison for you to drink to end your life. Your choice is yours.
I could starve myself after the fashion of Gandhi. Ayo, stop! Johnny is not my boyfriend, trust me!
She cries to herself and has thought that they had not discovered that she was really in love with Deva Nayagam.
I should make a faster decision as it is our family's reputation. I should get Rukumani married fast. I should prepare a firm arrangement for her wedding.
Stop screaming for your girlfriend. Just visited her in Ipoh last night. But don't be jealous, huh? As you know, I know. Letter for you.
Dearest darling, I think of you very often, but maybe you have forgotten me. I receive about your proposed marriage. If you agree to that, I cannot do anything to prevent it, and I hope you will be very happy. But I shall never forget you and hope that spiritually we shall remain close, like brother and sister. I too have some sad news to tell. My parents want me to marry a distant relation whom I have never met. I think he's going to be a BA, but they didn't mention his name. I have great troubles here and wish you could save me.
Deva was quite touched by the letter. He felt guilty. His own objection has created such scenes of domestic strife that he had persuaded himself into thinking that it would be heroic to give up his true love for the sake of his family. Therefore, before going away, he told his parents.
Deva, you never listen to me.
Alright, stop bothering me and let me study in peace. And I'll marry that girl, whoever she is.
This he had not communicated to his true love, and his conscience is beginning to make him feel uncomfortable. As he lay on his bed, he felt as if he wanted to be free of all commitments, but at the same time felt too weak either to break off Rukumani or to disobey his family. The dowry had all been settled between the families, and although he had said to his parents that he did not want to hear anything about it, his mother managed to let him know that he was getting 80,000 as well as a house and a plot of land, in spite of the fact that bride would be a BA by the time they got married.
If I allow Rukumani to return to the university for her final term, surely she will do something shameful with that Chinese boy. Too much gossip's already spreading, and if these rumors reach the ears of the bridegroom's family, they might withdraw their offer and it would be impossible for me to marry her off. But if I refuse to allow her to finish her degree, Our hopes to see our daughter becoming a BA would be dashed. And the biggest problem is the bridegroom's family would demand more dowry if she did not become a BA.
Later that day, everybody started to blame Rukumani. It all started with Ruku's uncle.
You caused all this pain. All of these things never happened when we were young.
Hey, you have destroyed our family honor. Don't you know how women should be? How women should behave? How polite we were on those days?
Uncle settled down in a little corner and started to discuss about the politics of Malaya and India. Auntie also busybody warning baby.
This is warning for you too. Don't be fooled into betraying our family name.
The house get chaos with the auntie blasting and mumbling scolding baby, and then suddenly Mr. Sambaran.
Enough! This is my final decision. I've decided to increase the dowry to RM 20,000 ringgit. That worth the risk of our family's disgrace.
After the chaotic night, the next day, Ruku finally decided to tell the truth.
Amma, to tell you the truth, Devanagam is my secret lover. He's from my university. He's also a Ceylonese Tamil after all, Ma. And I love him so much.
How dare you choose somebody for yourself? Now you have gone and undone all our work. This Devanagam was the one we had arranged for you. Now that you have been so brazen and shameless as you have to spoil yourself with him, do not expect us to let you marry him. In mind, you would never look at a man until we were married.
But Ma, I never did anything wrong with him.
Don't try and tell me some shameful things.
The family had to meet delegation from the other side, who were equally shocked that their son had a secret lover all the time. There were more exclamations about the shameless deception of the modern generation.
My son, you have this day filled our family with great shame. Your mother and I are heartbroken to hear that you were having an affair with a person whose name I won't mention. This is a judgment of God. She was the one we had chosen for you, for fortunately we found out she was unworthy of our house name. We want a bride for you who would earn more respect for our family. But she has been led by her great shame to confess that you were going together at university. Did you think you would fool us by pretending that you did not know it was Mr. Sambatan's daughter who was to marry you? No wonder you were so obedient. Let me tell you this, learn hard. Learn hard at the university, and after this let it be a lesson to you that you should leave everything concerning marriage to your elders. You are far too young to think of such matters yourself. Your mother and sisters are ill with grief. Your grieving parent, Pa. Also, if I go to the post later, the guy at the post office.
One.